45 metres out, and that's where it really started.
Mark, I want to ask you about Mark Blake. He had the disappointment of his young life in grand final week last year. You've got him back on track. He's playing good footy. He obviously feels like he's part of the team. How did you do that? Because he was very, very hurt, wasn't he, in September last year?
Yeah, we had a bit of work to do, you know, repairing the relationship, but I'm really glad he stayed, and he threatened to leave and wanted to get out, and that's understandable. You know, like his father played there, he grew up in Geelong. It would have been a disaster if he had gone. So, and then ultimately, Brad got injured for the first 10 weeks of the year, which gave him a massive opportunity to be #1 ruckman and to form a relationship with all the midfielders. And slowly by slowly, he got more confidence. He's much stronger now, and the boys underneath him are starting to really understand where he hits the ball and a bit of the things he's capable of doing. And now he is part of the team.
Just for Wolsey's sake, we got out those hit-outs, and your ruckman did dominate. I think it was 44 to 20 odd, hit-outs to advantage, 11 to 3. Otten's had 6, Blake had 5, and yet goals from clearances, which I'm sure you judged yourself, was 5 to 1 against.
Yeah,
how did you see all that as an assessment?
I felt that they were sort of going to where we're hitting the ball a little bit, because that's what good midfielders do. We clearly won the hit-outs. It's strange to have a result like that for us. I think we're pretty good at you know, the difference between goals for and against. You know, to have one, I think we got it. We recorded as 1-4,
right.
one goal for, 4 against in real terms. But yeah, it was a bit strange. But yeah, that's
because it's really a very much a part of Hawthorn's plan is the clearances, and you beat them at the clearances, and yet they got awfully close.
Yeah, well, like as I said, it was a bit ordinary performance, because we actually thought we'd played all right at the stoppages, and we just probably didn't get the results that we're looking for.
What's the best and worst part of your job?
The best is game day. You know, that 2 hours that you're actually sitting in the box and you're watching your team play. And yeah, the worst part is just the commitment you have from probably January to the end of September without a real break, and it just wears you down. You get tired, and you have to manage your time really well.
Yeah.
And we can't get away from it, can we? We're just constant. Same for you guys, I'd imagine.
Bomber, is the worst part having a salad roll, being caught on television, and having to watch it another 50 times before the season ends? Can you take us through the history of this?
I had a salad roll the other night as well, but I was walking up the stairs at the MCG, and there's 99 of them, so by the time I got to the top of the stairs,
it was gone.
It was gone. I eat in night games, because we eat at sort of 4 o'clock, and then you have a couple of hours where you do preparation, and then sometimes you can finish at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and it's just the fuel thing, the blood sugar levels, and you know, if you're not eating a roll that's healthy for you, you're probably eating lollies and Coke.
But you were angry about it, though, weren't you? Weren't you angry about the number of times it was shown?
I was a little bit, because it's.
Did it look like you were cocky?
It looked. That's the way it was made out to be. Yeah, but it wasn't that I'm cocky at all. It was. That's what I was a bit annoyed about, because we were working just as hard. You know, to beat the West Coast over there in the West Coast at any stage is a pretty hard thing to do, and coaches never relax in the box.
Greg Normans has a banana on the golf course. Wolsey's professional. Bomber has a salad roll. He's cocky.
Your last 2 home games, you played Port Adelaide and Fremantle. I reckon I was down there. I reckon they came down to try to rough you up.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
No, look, I love playing football the right way. I love, you know, the last 2 weeks we played the Hawks, who were really hard at it, and it was a great game of footy. And that's the way we like to play. We like to play rough. I admire Brisbane. There's rough and rough. You know, if you've got to be rough at the ball, you've got to play football.
Did you think they were dirty, though?
Not dirty. I just thought they played it the wrong way, and it's not the way sort of we go about our footy, and that's not the way that we want to be respected for playing football. Cameron
Ling, we saw him carted off there. You're missing Ling, Ablett, Wojcinski. Chapman's got an injury.
Yeah.
Where are they at?
Wojo's a 50-50. We thought he was going to play this week, but he may not. Ablett's probably an 20% chance to play this week, and he's got to tick a few boxes, but we're confident he'll play. Lingy will play.
Lingy definitely play?
Yeah, he'll play. Yeah, okay. He wanted to play last week.
Milburn?
And Milburn will play. He only had a virus. If we had played on Saturday, he would have played that game.
Bomber,
last week.
Wolsey and I have been critical of the surface at ANZ Stadium.
Yeah.
You've got a finals eve appointment up there in Sydney. Are you going to seek any assurances from the AFL about the condition of the ground?
Oh, we should as a club. It won't be my job to do it. Hopefully Barmy and we get up there and have a look at the ground. They've done some work, because I like everybody, watched the Collingwood game and didn't think the ground was up to standard.
One more before you go. Did you remind Brian Cook who was thinking about going to the Gold Coast, that he was part of the tryout?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I really, openly state that I wanted Cookie to stay. I think he's fantastically respected by everybody in footy, and it would have been a shame for him to work so hard and not sit back and really enjoy what's going to happen in the future. And hopefully that's good. And it's probably a lot easier the job than trying to build a new franchise up in the Gold Coast.
Appreciate you coming in, Mark. It's fantastic that the Cats are flying, and we look forward to having you in around September, all being well.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mark.
Mark Bomber Thompson, our special guest. He's a member of the triad, and we've got plenty more to come straight after this. We are. Can
4 make a triad?
Mafia and the triad together.